Hello everyone, welcome back to another shop vlog video. I actually haven't done one of these in probably a month. I cannot believe it's been that long. I meant to film one last week, but then with the storm that came through and us leaving to go out of town for a couple of days for our anniversary, I feel like the last couple of weeks have been just all over the place, and I feel like now my filming is off track and everything, but that is okay. I am getting back into filming and getting back on schedule today. Today is Friday. I would normally have a sale or a restock today, but it's going to be Saturday, which is tomorrow now, because we just got back late yesterday evening, and yeah, there's just too much to do to have a sale today, because today I actually have to water not only the shop plants, I have to water like my main collection. I'm gonna film a separate video today, kind of like some plant tour stuff. I also need to go through and see what is ready to be listed and kind of pick out plants for the restock. I need to get their photos taken and do the listings. That takes quite a bit of time. That'll probably take majority of the day. I also have some other stuff I have to do for the restock today. I have a few orders that came in when I was out of town. 2 of them contain plants, so I'm not shipping those until Monday. And then 1 is just an aeroid mix order, so I am going to package that up today and run out to UPS and drop that off before the truck comes, which is 4:30, so I'll get that done at some point today. I also am going to go outside later and make a big batch of pon and aeroid mix and prop mix. I do want to sell a bigger quantity of pon. Someone asked if I would sell possibly a 5-pound bag, and I think I'll try it out and see how it goes. I was actually trying to think about like shipping with that. I had a couple orders on the last restock that came to be about, I think one was like 11 pounds and one was almost 13 pounds, which is quite heavy, and they were actually going on the opposite coast. And I ended up paying like, I think one order I paid $29 for ground shipping, and the other one came to like 32, and I only charged 15. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure out how to go about shipping, because the way that I do shipping is I do a flat rate. For anything that's like under 2 pounds is like $12.95 with ground, and then anything over 2 pounds I charge 15, because it depends on where the order is getting shipped to, because orders that tend to be further away from me, it costs me more to pay for shipping. So I guess I'm still trying to figure out what's going to work best as far as shipping goes. I just feel like when I had the live app, it was charging people a lot more for shipping, and I didn't want people to have to pay like an excessive amount for shipping. So we'll see how that goes. I just want to be fair with shipping, because sometimes I do eat a lot in shipping costs with depending on where the package is going. I would say most of my sales are actually coming from the West Coast. I feel like California is a very popular traffic source. When I've kind of looked into some of my analytics, I feel like I'm shipping a lot to California, which isn't a bad thing at all. It's just the further distance, it can be more expensive in shipping. So I'm still learning and everything. I still feel like so new with all of this, and I've only been selling since April, since my shop has been opened. So I haven't even gone through like the full summer yet, and I haven't even gone through a full winter season. So hopefully this time next year things will be going a lot more smoothly, and I'll get into like a way better routine. I just started selling pon as well. I refill it for the restock, and then it sells, and then I have to order more supplies. So I feel like I just need to be better about ordering maybe more in bulk, and that way I can have like a constant flow instead of there being like a period or a week where it's out of stock. So I guess I'll just see how it goes and how it sells. But if a lot of people are interested in the 5-pound bag, I guess I'll keep it going and kind of figure out shipping maybe down the road. But yeah, I'm just kind of figuring this out as I go. I don't really talk to any other people that run a business and how they do things. I've just been doing all this by myself and just kind of getting feedback from you guys, and I'm trying to be fair across the board. So I'm excited to at least like restock everything. The other thing that I wanted to do today, hopefully, is to make new props. A lot of my alocasia corms are getting too big for those little propagation vessels, so I want to transfer some of those out. I did some last week already, and I have them acclimating to a bit lower humidity, and I can show you that when we go in there. And yeah, I just need to make new props because that's the thing. Like my shop, I'm propagating everything from my own collection and growing everything from like propagating or corms. So it takes a long time sometimes for the plants to grow and be of like an okay size before I list them and before I sell them. And then some weeks too, it's just sometimes I have a lot maybe going on with YouTube. Say I have like more content to edit, or say I just have like something that came up and I have other stuff to do. Sometimes I get behind on creating props. It does just take a lot of time because the shop does take, I would say, at least 4 days out of the week. And I'm also trying to keep up with YouTube and everything. So it's a lot of work. And yeah, I am doing everything myself. You know, I'm the grower, I'm the shipper, I do the computer work, everything. So it's a lot to manage, but I love doing it and I'm happy to be here and I'm so grateful. So yeah, that should be the plan for today's video. I haven't decided if I'm going to take you along through the sale tomorrow and packing orders, but we'll see kind of how the day goes today and tomorrow and what all else I'll include for the shop vlog. I don't think there's really any other updates besides the pond. Hopefully I can get more plants growing here. I just have a lot of propagating to do. I am back. It's been a little bit, but I got my water ready. I brought one of my jugs in on the table, and then I kind of have on the table some props that will be good to list this week. And I was going through my props and I don't have a lot for this week's restock. I'm just not feeling good about some of these plants. Like they're just not ready, and I don't want to rush them if I feel like they're not going to do well like in shipping. I would rather a lot of them grow a little bit more. It takes like several weeks for some to root and grow before I list them. It could take others months, and so that's just a continual process. And I feel like the last couple of weeks just threw me off track, and I just need to make more props. Like I have this entire, let me show you. Oh, I don't want to spill. Let me just half show you. I have an entire tray here of Hoya that I've propped. I have like variegated polynura, linearis, all kinds of goodies that I did. I think I did this last week. And yeah, they're going to need some time before I even think about selling any of those. A lot of my alocasia, I did transfer some, but they're not ready. I feel like they're going to need, some of them I could probably sell next week, but some of them probably won't be able to sell for a few weeks. I need to transfer a lot more over. Some props, yeah, they just take a really long time to grow. I don't have a whole lot of variegated Frydek left. I need to actually go through and pick more corms out and start rooting more corms, because the ones that I have, they're just very white. They're just extremely white, and I don't want to sell them this white. You can see. And like some of the older leaves are just crisping up because they're just so thin. They're just so white. I actually had to throw like 3 corms away because they just produced all white leaves and they wouldn't stop. So I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to sell any of these. I listed this Just Sienna on my site like a week ago. This one's still available. It hasn't sold yet. And I also listed this Pink Princess here. This one hasn't sold yet. The main leaf here, I mean, it's from my highly variegated Pink Princess, and the newest leaf has a little bit of pink, but it's definitely going to produce some highly variegated leaves like in its future because it has good genetics. I think I'm also going to list this one. The original leaf is kind of maybe on its way out, but the newest leaf it gave me has some good color right there, so I think I'll list this one as well. And these here are the mother plants, like the top cuts. We have this one, and this one's growing in a ton of like pink. So I'm gonna get these potted into pond probably soon so that they can get growing, because I really need to get these out of stratum. But yeah, they have great genetics. So yeah, all the props on the table, I'm going to clean their leaves because I haven't had a chance to clean their leaves in a little bit. I'm going to go through and water anyone that needs water, and then I'm going to print the labels, label them, and get them set up to take their photos. This is one that I potted up that's ready for sale. This is a philodendron burl marks variegated. I should have a lot of these in the coming weeks. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, it depends on how they grow. Because this was like a good hefty top cutting. So this is one of the original leaves. And then that's a new leaf, that's a new leaf. And then I have all these growth points. That's a new leaf here coming in. There's a new leaf coming in there. There's a growth point here and a growth point right here. So this thing is going to be a big bushy plant in some time, and it's rooting nicely. I went ahead and potted this into my aeroid mix. You can see there the roots. So this guy is ready for sale. He's doing well. This was actually one of the cuttings I was going to keep, but since it already started popping out 2 leaves, I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and sell this one because I feel like this one would be a good one for someone to have. Like it's a good size like starter plant. And this is just my soap mixture here. It's just Castile soap and water. I'm gonna move some of these guys here. I like to clean their leaves before I take their photos just to make sure that they're not dirty. I mean, sometimes they accumulate dust. It just depends because, you know, sometimes they can be sitting on my shelf for weeks and weeks while they're propagating. And so if the leaves become dusty, I try to make sure to clean them often. I usually don't have to worry, you know, about pests or anything because, you know, of silica, I feel like it's prevented so many pests. I feel like the only thing I have to worry about in my collection that silica hasn't prevented is mealybugs. Pretty sure I wiped out my mealybug collection when I did like my plant clean out. I haven't noticed any mealies popping up on the plants that had them. That was like the varicosum in there and the micans. So knock on wood, they're gone. So crossing my fingers, I'm gonna check my Hoyas more often now. And most of my Hoyas now I'm keeping out in the dining area. So hopefully I won't have to worry about like any mealybugs coming anywhere else, but I still check. I do like a thorough pest inspection. I've started printing labels in bulk that I have multiple plants of and just leaving them in here because it takes a lot of time to print labels sometimes. I actually need to go get my phone. I use an app on my phone that comes to here to print the labels. Oh, you know what? I actually think this battery is almost dead. I think last time I went to go use it, it was dying on me. And usually the first one that prints is off center and it drives me crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and print like 5 of these. Because I know I'm gonna have more of this plant. So now I got my cute little label like so. I just take a sticker. It just has a number. Yeah, no random order. I just put a sticker. Even though this is the only one I'm selling this week, when I start to make more props, I don't know. I just like to correlate a number to the plant. It's just easier for me so I know which one is which because I don't want to get confused. So that one's all done. I just have to take the photo. Surprisingly, these plants are still pretty watered. I think that's because I turned the fan down on here. I usually keep it on medium speed, but I turned it on low because we were gone for 3 days and I didn't want the plants to like completely dry out. Some of these I'll definitely have to water before Sunday because Sunday I start packing orders. So usually Saturday, so probably tomorrow I turn my fan back on medium. So some of these are probably start to dry out. I like to water them like a day before I start packing them because I don't want them to be super moist going into shipping, but I don't want them to like, I also want them to last the duration, possibly of being in the mail for a week in case there's like any delay. So I try to like water them all a day before. this is a violin philodendron. It's the variegated, and I got this one as an import last summer, and I just didn't want this plant, so I cut it back to propagate, and only like 2 cuttings survived that. This is the one, and then the other one is still growing. But this one put out a nice like variegated leaf, and then there's a new one on the way, so I think that one's ready to go. One syngonium. This is the Aria, so it's the yellow variegation. This leaf here is all green, but the new one coming in, you can tell that there's some nice color on it. This one I grew from a wet stick. I was going to keep one of these Arias for me to grow out, which I still might. I think I have like 1 or 2 more wet sticks in my propagation bin. So I'll probably hang on to one so that I can propagate it in the future, because I don't know, I'd like to have this one to like keep selling on my site. I'm just waiting for this to cut out on me. I know it's going to cut out any second. For alocasia, I'll go ahead and let go of these 2 Mycolizianas. I feel like they're steady enough and they're growing okay to let them go. I'm going to go ahead and give them a little water, because alocasias do not like to dry out all the way. And I feel like for these guys, they can drop a leaf very easily if they get too dry. So I'd rather keep them a little bit more on the moist side. Because these pots are, you know, pretty tiny, so especially with the fan going in here, they do dry pretty quickly. Like I pretty much am watering these guys like 2 to 3 times a week very easily. Got some nice roots growing in there. Pretty sure I have Mycoliziana in here. Yes, I do. Those 2 are good. And the only other alocasia that I think are ready is I have a Maharani here and then a Regal Shield. This one's getting ready to push the 3rd leaf here for this one. Regal Shields do so well. Dried a bit on that leaf. Oh. I'm going to give this one a little water on top. I don't think I have any more Regal Shields. Oh, it's already labeled. Ah, yes. I've been trying to label them when I make them, but I don't always feel like it, so I label them after. So the ones that are already labeled, I'm like, yes, that one's ready to go. And then Maharani. Oh no, I'm gonna lose power. It keeps warning me. It's like, you have less than 5% battery. sometimes if I feel the plant is a little wobbly in here, I've started using these. They're called strawberry pins, and it just kind of anchors the plant down in here. I usually do it when I'm propagating now, but a lot of these like are grown from a wet stick, so sometimes they just get a little wobbly in here, so that kind of secures it so it's not like moving around down here. This one is ready to go. This is a Lacunosa Silver Mint. And I feel like it has a nice little root system starting in there, and it's like a nice long vine. I have a few others here. I'm going to go ahead and finish up and then start taking their photos. I wanted to show you, I think I'm going to sell a couple of these. This is a huge cutting. This is the, it used to be Macrophylla, but now it's reclassified as Latifolia. These are some huge leaves on my plant. So I was waiting for new growth activation, which it produced this spike, and then it is rooting nicely in here. Right there. So I think this one's ready for sale. And then I have some others. I think I might go ahead and sell this one too. It has a growth point wanting to activate right there. And then this one's actually really nicely rooted. So this one has 3 original leaves. So I think I'll let those go this week. I haven't sold any of these before. And I have this Hoya. I feel like this one's ready. This is the Caudata Sumatra, I believe. Yes. And it has enough healthy roots in here, and there's a growth point activation right there, as well as something probably starting right there. So I think that one, I think I'll go ahead and see if anyone is interested in that guy. And I have some Syndapsis, as well as another Mandula that's ready. I have another one of these variegated ones that I grew from a wet stick. I was waiting for it to push another leaf, which it did, so I think I might go ahead and let that guy go. And yeah, honestly, that's pretty much it. I have a couple seedlings. Oops, I bumped the tripod. I have a couple seedlings that are ready. I just need to make more seedlings. I meant to make a whole new tray, and I didn't yet because I wanted to go ahead and get the Hoya started. But yeah, I'll double check and make sure there's nothing else. I definitely don't feel like I have a lot of plants this week, but we'll see. I might throw some more on if I feel like enough are ready. Yeah. What are you doing? You're so needy. You're so cute. Yeah. Oh, I know. Look how cute you are. Yeah. I'm a cutie little girl. Yeah, I am. I'm so cute. I'm so cute. Yeah. I'm so cute. You're so cute. Yeah. Betty Bubs. Betty Bubs. Yeah. You're such a cutie little monkey. Yeah, I am. I'm a cutie little monkey. How come you're not outside? How come you're not outside? No cutie. Yeah. No bitey. No bitey scratchy. Yeah. No bitey scratchy. You want the chinny rubs? You're so cute. Ow! Here's the Hoya tray that I made the other day, or last week. Well, it's mostly Hoyas, I should say. So they're currently rooting. I actually have some variegated Syndapsis as well as a Syngonium Chiopens variegated. I chopped my main plant, so I have a mid cutting in there, and then I have the bottom cutting growing, and then I'm keeping the top cutting. But I have lots of like Polynura, lots of Linearis here growing. Here's some Alocasia that are growing. Sorry for the bright lights. But I have some, there's the pink poly back there. I have some Watsoniana. I have Heterophylla. I have another Micholitziana, dragon scale. A California variegated. So those are kind of acclimating to a lower humidity. I kind of have it vented open now. And then, yeah, I still have so many Alocasia. You can see how they're all like getting too big. So I need to take some time and actually like transfer some of these out later. So I'll probably do that. Ow, what was that? Why you grab my knee for? Huh? You needling? What are you doing? You're so cute, Luna. You're so cute. Yeah, oh so cute. Yeah, oh so cute. Ow. She is so crazy. She's back up here again. So yeah, I think I'm done with the photo taking. I don't think there's, oh my gosh, and now she's in there. She's so crazy. I don't think there's anything else I'm going to include. Luna! Stop that! Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I'm going to include for the restock this week. I'm looking at the time. I'm gonna go ahead and pack that soil order that I have. And I think run out to the UPS store, drop that off really quick and come back. And what I might do is do some watering for a little bit. And later this evening, I'm gonna make my soil mixes. And I'll probably make some more props later on this evening. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little break and I'll be back on here a bit later. I am a hot mess. I'm popping back on the vlog. As you can see, I have a ton of pon there. So I was trying to figure out how much this batch could make. I think there's 14 of the small bags of pon, the 3 pounds. And then I had a suggestion if I could make a 5-pound bag. So I think I was able to do 6 of those. So I was trying to figure out like what to price them at. It's taken me all evening. You can't really see over there, I have a big batch of my prop mix and my aeroid mix, and then I made this huge batch of pon. So I think I went outside about 5:30 or so, and it is now almost 9 p.m. I just bagged all those up and weighed them on the scale, and now I have to print the labels and label all them. And then I need to take a photo of the larger size pon and get that onto my site. I haven't even done the newsletter yet. I might not send it out till the morning because it's already 9 o'clock and I haven't even updated any of the plants on the site yet, and my sale's at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So I'm gonna be up a little bit late trying to get that done. I didn't realize how long mixing all these like substrates take. It really takes like an entire evening. And I haven't even bagged any of the aeroid mix or prop mix or anything yet. I was just more or less focused on the pon. The pon has been my best-selling item so far. I like shipping the substrates. It's just, again, with the weight, it just gets more expensive. And my main like focus was on plants because I was supposed to make props tonight and I haven't had time to do that. So I don't know how I feel about the substrates, selling the substrates yet. I mean, I don't mind mixing them and making them. So I guess I just need to figure out if it's worth the time and energy and everything to making all this pon all the time, because if I have to make this every week, I pretty much have to dedicate half a day to making all this stuff, and it's just taking away time from making props and like filming and editing and stuff like that. So it's just something I have to think about, I guess. So I'm gonna see how quickly these sell. I'm probably gonna make them live on my site tonight. Hi, Loon. I feel like sometimes I go into the analytics on my site and I can see when someone comes on the site, like a visitor number, and I can see what they're browsing, and I can see like what's added to someone's cart before like the restock. So a lot of people, I feel like, add stuff to their cart. So that way when it's time for the restock, all they can do is just add the plant and then quickly check out, and everything else is in their cart. So that's a way that you can check out quicker that I've noticed, or that I've seen what people were doing on there. So yeah, I'm gonna spend the next little bit, I'm gonna print my label really quick for the big pond so I can quickly snap a photo and get that on my site. And then yeah, I think I'll work on the newsletter and getting all the plant photos on the site. Hello, I'm popping back on. It is the next day. I actually just had my sale a little bit ago, and I just actually got out of the shower, so my hair's still wet, so just ignore that. I don't like to blow dry my hair. I would rather let it air dry, and then I usually wash it at night, and then in the morning I'll run an iron through it, but I didn't feel like blow drying it. It's pretty warm today, so it'll probably dry pretty fast. So yeah, I just had my sale. I was kind of having a rough evening. I think I was really stressed yesterday, and I was working on getting all the plants and everything onto the site, and I was just so tired. I think I was up until like 1:30, and then I just like, I'll finish it in the morning. So that's pretty much all I've gotten accomplished today. So this afternoon, I'm actually gonna spend the rest of the evening doing plant care on a main plant chores video. So I probably won't be back on the vlog here until tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, so normally I will start packing orders, usually Sunday afternoon, but I think my husband is doing something tomorrow. I think he's leaving sometime in the morning, so I'll have pretty much the entire like morning, afternoon to myself. So I think what I'll do is come back on the vlog here tomorrow and make a bunch of props, because I really need to get on the ball with that, just because they take so long to grow that I really need to get ahead so that I can try and have like a constant supply. I'm kind of feel like I'm at a lull right now, because I have a lot growing, but they're not ready, and I have some props that I need to just take down. Sometimes like not all my props do well, like they'll grow funny. Sometimes I accidentally like underwater some because I'm like a day behind and they get a little sad, and then sometimes I just restart them, or I prop them back again, or the original leaf dies, and then I don't want to sell a plant with just like one tiny like starter leaf. So yeah, there's a lot of like stuff that goes on with the props. So yeah, I need to do a lot of maintenance in there. So I'll probably spend a good portion of like mid next week on that. But I think tomorrow I'll just go ahead and make a ton of new props. So I'll take you along with some of that. And then I'll probably start packing orders, like I said, tomorrow afternoon. I didn't do like a huge sale. I think I have like 21 orders, and I think I have I had 2 or 3 come in from while I was gone during that week. So I think I have like 23 or so orders to pack up. So I should be able to pack at least half of those Sunday afternoon, and then I can finish the other half on like Monday morning afternoon. So yeah, if you place an order from this restock, thank you so much. I think I was talking last night about the pond. So I think I only was able to do 6 bags, but as soon as I get my rest of my pond substrate in, if the bigger bag ends up selling more, or more people are interested in the bigger bag, I might try and keep that one stocked on the site. So we'll see. I still haven't decided if I want to continue selling it, just because, yeah, I don't know. I think I was just stressed with trying to make all the substrates yesterday and trying to do the listings. It wasn't a good day to try and do all that on the same day. So I think I was just overwhelmed, but I feel like people like the pond and the response has been good so far. So I'll try and keep selling it as long as I can. But if I feel like I'm just too overwhelmed with trying to keep up with doing the plants and the substrates, I might have to cut back something. So thank you so much for your orders. I'm gonna go ahead and get on my other video. But yeah, I'll be back on here tomorrow to do some propagating with you and some order packing. Good morning. Well, I guess it's like afternoon now. I'm getting set up here at the kitchen. I'm actually gonna start potting up some props with you. I pulled some out But I have a lot more to do. I checked all my alocasia corms, and there's so many that need to get transferred out of those domes. So I might do some of those too, but we'll see. I spent most of the morning finishing up some watering. I still have some more to finish, but I think I'll do that like later on this evening. And I watered all the prop shelves in there. I kind of like just went through everything, and then I kind of gathered some stuff that have been like long overdue to be potted up. I'm gonna pot some into my aeroid mix and some into the prop mix. And then I also have some wet sticks that I need to put into those little dome containers. I also want to show you this Florida Ghost. I have a couple of them that are ready to be potted up. Look how big this original leaf is. When I cut this off my main plant, I think I did like 4 or 5 cuttings. I have Florida Ghost and Florida Beauty, and some were wet sticks. I actually have like 2 full prop boxes that I need to go through too, but I don't know if I'm gonna have time for that today. I might save that for later this week and just do some of that on my own time. But I do have a couple Florida Ghost in there that are sprouting. But look at the first little leaf it gave me. It's so stinking cute. And it's fully rooted. I think what I'm gonna do with these, I have this one, and then this one here is even bigger. It's huge. The petiole is so freaking long. But yeah, I'm gonna pot this into my aeroid mix and let it grow a little bit more. And then what I might do is just cut the original leaf off before I like list it for sale, like once it actually stabilizes and everything. I don't know, sometimes the original leaf will stay on for a while, and I do sell a lot of plants that have the original leaf left on. But sometimes like this, in this case, like it's so long, it would be so awkward to ship with this long leaf, and then I would have to get a longer shipping box. But then it's like so pretty, I don't really want to cut it because it is providing energy for this plant to grow. So I don't know, I'll have to see how I feel when it's time to like list it, but I'll at least, you know, get it potted up and everything, so it can be on its way to growing more. I have a couple Majestics and Splendid that have been growing in moss. Here, these were grown from wet sticks, so I need to go ahead and get these potted up. Some of these I might go ahead and just pot into my aeroid mix. Lately, I've been having like issues with, well, not lately, I've just noticed it a while ago with the cocoa husk. I don't know if it's the particular brand that I'm buying, but I started buffering it because I've noticed some chlorosis. Let me show you an example. So this is an Esqueleto, and you can see where the outer ring is lighter in color and it's darker in the center. It's not terrible, but chlorosis is where it's basically nutrient lockout, so the plant isn't absorbing the nutrients that you give it, and the nutrients is being absorbed by the cocoa core or cocoa husk because it contains a lot of salts and everything, and then when you go to water it just gets absorbed. So I have started buffering it. It's an annoying process because you have to soak it in CalMag and like rinse it, and it's just so messy. And I don't really have an ideal spot to like do that. I don't really want to do it at my kitchen sink, and I don't really want to do it in the bathroom sink, and I don't really want to do it outside. So I don't know, I might try a different brand of cocoa husk and see how it goes. I've actually started using less cocoa husk in my aeroid mix. There's hardly any in there now, and there's less in the prop mix. So the prop mix is mostly now tree fern and perlite. Back when I first started with a lot of these propagations, I would use a lot more husk in my mixes, and I think it just, yeah, I wasn't buffering it or anything. So I'm not really a fan of cocoa husk because of that reason. So if you have a good brand cocoa husk that you like, or if you know one that's pre-buffered and you don't have any issues, please let me know, because I would love to give a different brand a try. And because of that too, because of some chlorosis, I didn't want to sell plants, so I've kind of basically restarted a lot of them because of that. So it's been kind of a setback with some plants. So like, for example, here's some more Esqueleto that I've rooted in water. I just kind of like got rid of the soil, and I've let them reroot in water, and they're kind of growing again now. So I'm gonna pop these into my aeroid mix and sell them like in my aeroid mix. Yeah, and sometimes like this, I took another cutting of Esqueleto because I just didn't like the way it was growing. So I'm gonna root this in water. Here is another Esqueleto I'm gonna root in water. Here's a Philodendron mayoi that, yeah, I just didn't like the way it was growing. And maybe it's just me being weird. I mean, I should probably list plants the way that they are, but to me, I don't know, I'm just so particular. I feel like if I don't like a way a plant's growing, I don't want to sell it. I'll probably turn you around to the table so that you can see like me just potting them up. I have some of my prop mix in here, and I have my airway mix. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and sprinkle a little Osmocote in the mix. I've started doing this just to add a little something in there. I mean, you can still use regular fertilizer on top of this. It's just to have a little something in the mix. I think I have everything here, but I may have to go get some more stuff. Okay, so I moved you a little bit, so we'll go ahead and do the Majestic first. I think I only have 2 in here. I dumped some water in here so that the moss was hydrated. I didn't want the moss to be dry because moss roots, if you know anything, are so hard to get off. Like all the moss off the roots. I don't think I labeled when I put these in here, but whenever I chopped my Majestic, these have grown from just like a wet stick. Sometimes there'll still be some dried roots from the initial chunk, so I try to cut off anything that's yucky looking. So you can see actually where the chonk was. So this was the original chonk piece, and then that's the auxiliary bud that activated here, and then it grew this for the first leaf, that as the second leaf, and now it's working on a third leaf. So I'll pot this entire thing like this, and yeah, I'm gonna have to acclimate it out of higher humidity, and hopefully they'll be ready to sell in 2 to 3 weeks, I would say. It can dry pretty quickly, but I love how hydrated, like when you water it, it's like aerated, but it hydrates the entire container, if that makes sense. I would ship more plants in my aeroid mix, but my aeroid mix has a lot more stuff in it, and it's more cost effective to just do tree fern and perlite pretty much. And they can stay in tree fern and perlite for a really long time, or whoever like ends up buying this, if they don't want this mix, then they can pot it in something that they choose, you know, or if they want to transition it over to semi-hydro. I'll just have to water it and get this guy under some higher humidity, but look how cute. So cute. You know what I've started doing too is my label maker is charging right now. I've started labeling these as I make them to make it easier or less to do later. I don't think I have any extra Majestic in here. I'll have to wait to label this guy. I'll wring this out and reuse some of this for some of the wet sticks that we have to do. Some of it just has algae on it, you know, since it's been under light and stuff for a while, but that's okay. I can still reuse what I can. I'm not gonna try and sterilize it or anything. And there's that little chunk. And sometimes if I find it's a little wobbly, I got some of these, they're called strawberry pins. I got these on Amazon. I was trying to find white ones, but I couldn't find any. But I'm gonna try looking because I prefer the clear on clear look, but I just kind of anchor it down. I didn't know what these were at first. I was very confused because I had, someone had sent me some in like a little plant mail package, and I'm like, what are these? Yeah, it just kind of secures it at the base there, which makes it nice. I don't think I have, oh yes I do. I was like, I don't think I have any more wet sticks in here, but I do. See, it's funny because like this wet stick has been in here, but it hasn't done anything yet. Whereas these guys have already pushed leaves. So it may be just the node is damaged, which is possible because there's a black spot right there. So this may not be viable. I don't see the node. That's where the node would have been. Yeah, I think this is a goner. See, I have another one in here. I'm not seeing the node on this either. I'm gonna be chopping my moss pole again, so my majestic pole, so I'll have a lot more to propagate here. I'm gonna set this to the side. All right, I'll be right back. What I'm gonna do is water these guys really quick with my nutrient mix, and I have a container in the room that I can fit more plants that are under higher humidity. I'm gonna stick these in there so that they don't stress, because right now humidity is like 49% or so, and it sucks. So these guys are definitely gonna shock if I don't get them under higher humidity soon. And then I'll be back to pot up some more stuff. All right, let's go ahead and pot up these escaletos. I'm gonna pot these into my aeroid mix, I think, because the root system is like pretty chonky on these guys, and I feel like they would prefer like an aeroid mix. So we're gonna do a 4-inch. The water roots should take to my aeroid mix pretty quickly. Once I start seeing some roots that have formed into the aeroid mix, then it's okay to sell. I would say usually it's anywhere from like a week to like 10 days, and it should be ready to go. That'll be a cute little plant for somebody. This one has 2 nodes here and here. I think what I did is probably a leaf. I pulled a leaf off here. So, oh no, is that burnt? Oh no, that is burnt. What happened to that guy? Oh, the leaf is coming off. Oh, it is actually trying to push a new one, so that's probably gonna get affected. I don't know what happened there, like right there. So I'll probably cut that leaf off once it pushes a new one, but I'm gonna go ahead and pot it up. Since this one's small, I'm just gonna use a 3-inch. I think I'll still go with my aeroid mix though. I'm gonna have to cut some of this away. Oh, this has a nice root system. This one has a little, like, a little bit of chlorosis, but it's not bad. I think once it's in my aeroid mix and it's actually able to uptake nutrients, it'll be good. Trying to figure out how to sit him. He's going to be a little off to the edge. I'm going to add a stake in this one. There's that one. Sometimes my mix is so chunky, I have to like push it down so that you can fill in some air gaps. But look at all that aeration in there. The roots just go crazy. Let's see. Oh wait, I did have some majestic. Darn, I already put them up. Oh well. I have Oblique Peru. Well, I'll wait. Just kind of watering these over a bin. I'm just going to dump this outside. I just don't want to dump this down my sink. And these will be ready to go on the plant shelf. I don't need to keep these under higher humidity or anything. It'll be okay. I'm watering it through because some of this stuff is a little dusty, like the pumice stone and sometimes just the tree fern turns the water a little bit brown, so I just like to rinse it through a few times when I'm first watering it. Plus these are water roots, so they'll appreciate the extra moisture. Actually, I'll probably just dump this in one of my plants outside because it has all this fertilizer in it. So as long as these start growing okay, then I'll add these on the site maybe in like 2 to 3 weeks. We'll see how they do. They just have to adjust to being potted up and everything, but there's those 3. I think the only thing that I'm going to do that's here in my aeroid mix are these 2 Florida Ghost cuttings. So we have this one and the other one. It's so long. So we're going to do a 4-inch. And same thing, I'm going to pot it, put a little mix in there. A little bit of Osmocote. I rinsed this under my sink already, and you know, sometimes there's like some goop and stuff, so I cleaned it really good already. And I don't really want to help this guy out of the sheath because I'm worried about like hurting it, but just get his bottom wing out of there. Okay, he's free. I just didn't want to trap him in the soil. And I'm like holding pressure here because this is going to topple over. It's going to be so top heavy. Oh, I got some dirt on him. I'm just going to anchor this big leaf up so that it doesn't fall over. Oh, it's so cute though. Like, that looks so pretty on the shelf, that big leaf. And this one has the cute little leaf already. It's so cute. Oh, this is so cute. It's adorable. I love the little ghosty leaf. It should fade though. They usually come in white or like a minty green. My Florida Ghost is very minty. It has all these like beautiful minty tones. Mine doesn't really fade to a dark green. I know some can fade to all green. Okay, my battery cut out. So the water that these guys were in, I just changed it because this is my nutrient water. So we are gonna place these cuttings in this nutrient water. This was from my plant that I used to have a long time ago. I had chopped up all the nodes or whatever, and I don't have too many left. So once they actually go, like, I'm not gonna sell this plant anymore. And then we have a couple more escaletos. Kind of need a taller one. Okay, let's go ahead and do these splendid. This one hasn't done anything, but you can see the growth point auxiliary bud on that one. It's right there. So that one just hasn't rooted yet or grown. Oh, they rooted in here. I actually think there's 3 because this one has a tiny leaf. I didn't put a date on these, so I'm not sure how long they've been growing. But it's from my moss pole. You can see how thick that chunk is. So that's the growth that's come out of it. The only negative about the prop mix in small pots is that it dries very quickly. The tree fern and perlite in my space. Sometimes I have to water those plants at least twice a week. Sometimes I have to water them more. It depends, because I have a fan going in there like medium speed as well for airflow, because if I don't have a fan, if I have the fan on low, it helps it from drying out, but I have noticed mold forming on, like, say, my stratum and stuff if I don't have the air circulating. I'll have to leave this guy under higher humidity for a little bit. Ooh, that leaf is pretty. I love Splendid. She gorgeous. For a minute, I'm like, am I sure this is Splendid? But yes, it looks, you know, very similar to Glorious, but I can tell them apart. Oh, she rooted. I want to shrink some of my plants back to this size because I think they're so cute. And they're not overly big. Thinking about like some of my huge poles, like I kind of want them to be this size again. It's so cute. That's such a good little starter plant. This moss is a little wet now since I added so much water in here. So 3 more chunks that haven't done anything. Oh no, 4 more chunks. I didn't see that one. That one's starting to root. Okay. I'm just taking this moss and wringing out this excess water. All right, and for these Splendid, we're gonna stick these back in here. All right, so the rest of these guys will continue to root, just like that on my shelf. Watering these guys. I generally water my aeroid mix once a week. Usually, it depends. It depends how rooted the plant is and how warm it's been, but for plants like this that are just establishing, I'll probably wait like a good 10 days, but we'll see. Because I water these very thoroughly, so they'll stay damp for a while. These little cuties are all done. I'm gonna leave these under higher humidity, probably for like, maybe for like a week, and then I'll start to acclimate them out. Okay, I think all I'm gonna do now is I have all these wet sticks here that I need to take care of. But before I do that, I wanted to show you this chunk. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pot this into my aeroid mix. This is my, do you remember that chunk I took off of my potato radiatum when I propped it? So Look at all the roots that are forming now. The anthurium. So there's a growth point coming out here, and there's also one here coming out, and it looks like that's probably a root. And there's also another growth point there. So I could cut this if I wanted to. I could cut it in half and have like 2 separate chunks with growth points. But I think I'm just gonna pot this into a 4-inch pot. Like, I was trying to think of how I should pot this. I might just pot this chunk down like this, and this growth point will be in the soil, but it'll grow up. And I'll probably just sell this once, you know, I get a leaf or two. But it's kind of like a mature stump, so hopefully it like won't take too long to size up. I had this rooting in pon, and I did the caprias too in that plant chores. The caprias both rotted, and I don't know if I just kept it too wet or I didn't let it callus long enough, but this one did fine. It's just the capria ones, the chunks rotted, but that's okay. I'm just gonna take a good old scoopy scoop. And we'll bring them up a little bit more. Kind of like so. I know what this is, and I'm just gonna label it just so that I'm trying to get into a better habit of labeling things. So anthurium. I'm just gonna write fingers because that's easier to spell than potato radiatum. It's also known as fingers. So we'll give this a good little water. And we'll see if anyone wants this guy. For the wet sticks, oh yeah, I need to wring this out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different wet sticks. I think what I'll do is I'll have to get another container with moss. I'll do one side with one plant and the other side with one plant and put their labels. Let's see, we have Philodendron Majestic. We'll do Majestic on that side. And I kind of just plop these down in here. Sometimes I cover with a little moss, but sometimes I don't. I'm just gonna stick them just like that. And then this one is Glorious Philodendron, so we'll do Glorious on this side. Oh, we have a lot of these. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm not going to do Glorious. I have too many. They're going to get squished. Let's do Escoleto. Because we only have 2 of those. Okay, so that one has 5 wet sticks. I think what I'm gonna do is invest in some longer trays, seedling trays, because I propagate so many wet sticks all the time that I think it'll be easier than having to do these little ones. I think these are mostly meant for like seedlings, and you have that inner tray, you know, the individual pods. But for wet sticks, these are kind of too small, so I actually might order some later. I think that'll work best if I get some longer ones to do. There's that one. We have a Splendid. We have a medium silver. And we have Glorious to do. I forgot that I already have a tray of Amedrium. I did these on 527. I took a couple out already. I have a few more that's popped some leaves. So what I'm gonna do is I have all these Amedrium. I'm just gonna dump them in here. I am just going to, yeah, these are from a runner. So I have some propagations. I was gonna like restart my plant back, and the new growth that came in is just all runners. So this is kind of like Monstera obliqua. I keep chopping runners off and then I can just like regrow a new plant. So yeah, I'm just gonna plop all those down in there. All right, and so this one is gonna have to be Splendid and Glorious. So I got a new tray of fresh moss. So these are Glorious. And do those here. Probably not the best idea to do Glorious and Splendid in the same container, because yeah, I can see how these two can be confusing. We'll do the Glorious on that side and then Splendid. I had these in water. Okay, the Splendid is really big. I had these in water, but they weren't doing the best. So I don't know how salvageable some of these are going to be. I feel like their growth point kind of mushed away. So I don't know. I think out of the Splendid, I think this is the only one that's going to survive. It's like activating its growth point, but I'm just going to stick it in here. I just don't feel like potting it up yet. Okay, I don't have high hopes for those three to do well. All right, I'm gonna get my mess cleaned up here and get this entire area wiped down, sweep, and wash my hands and everything. And then I'm gonna print all my orders. I haven't printed them yet. Go through my email, double check that I didn't miss anything. And then I've been packing substrate orders first. Like if they just ordered like plant supplies or substrates, I pack those up. And then I kind of go in order now. I start with the first order if they have plants and go down the line. I was like trying to pack multiple orders at once, but I feel like it just was getting too confusing. So I'll see how many I can get through tonight, and then I'll finish the rest up tomorrow. I'm gonna let my mic and everything get charged up, and then I'll pop back on to pack some orders with you a bit later. Hello, popping back on the vlog. It is about 7 o'clock. I haven't started packing yet, but I've been doing some prep work, so I feel like I'm on the right track. I'm gonna pack the non-plant orders first. I think I have 7 or 8 of those, and then I'll get started on the plant orders a little bit later here. I should be able to pack for a good, like, I'd say like 2.5, 3 hours. I usually have to stop by like 9:30, 10 because my husband wants to go to bed and I can't rip tape and stuff. So I start back like early. Usually like I get up about 6:30 in the morning on Mondays, and I get started like right away. Hi, Chai. Let me give you a little overview of kind of what I have going on. All right, so I was just making up some sample bags. I have enough for the orders this week. And then these are the freebies I'm including this week. I try to do this every week, or at least include some orders to have free items, but I can't do it every week. I have some aeroid mix that I'm giving out as a free sample. I have these small bags that came in the pack that I buy that I mix my bigger bags in, and so I wasn't sure what to do with them, so I don't want to waste them, so I figured they'd be perfect little sample bags to give out. So I've done pond before, and I've done some of my prop mix, but I figured this week, since I have like a full thing of aeroid mix, that I'd go ahead and send that out. And then I have some free cuttings. I have a couple halo micans here. They look like that. They have the outer like variegation there. I have a couple of those. I have a Hoya. This is a super silver Croniana. And then I have my OG Marble Queen. This is the trailing basket that I started my moss pull from, so I just have them wrapped in a damp paper towel. That's usually how I'll send the cuttings off. And then I have to package them up. And then I printed their labels already. That's what I was just doing. And then I have to stick the label on one of these plant stakes, and then I'll include that in their order since there's not like a pot or anything to put a label on. Most of the time it's random. When I include freebies, I just pick like a random like few packages, include the freebies. I try to do it for those that have like ordered multiple times from me, like if I recognize that they've ordered before. My website doesn't let me know if someone's ordered before when I print their order. There's not like any place on there that shows that they've ordered. I just have to go in and check, and that takes time, and I can't do that for everybody that orders. So I have a pretty good memory. Like if I recognize the name and stuff, I'll try to like include something, but like I said, I can't do it every week. It depends on the week, because some weeks my supplies are low and I can't do the free mixes. Sometimes I feel rushed, and prepping like cuttings and stuff takes time, and sometimes I just don't have that time. So, but I try to do it when I can because I like including freebies, and of course everyone gets one of those little green baggies. He is in his mood. So this is all the pond that I had made up. All the big bags sold. It seemed like a lot of people were interested in the bigger bags of pond. So I am gonna have to make more as soon as I get the rest of my stuff in. And then I sold some of the smaller bags. And then this week I sold one thing of tree fern, and then I sold a few bags of the aeroid mix, the big one, and then a couple bags of the small. And then we have a few plant pots that were sold. I try to get everything on this table that I go through the order, so that's the orders there, and I separate the ones that don't have plants, and then I try to make everything up that's not plants, because sometimes I don't have the bags pre-made because I just don't have enough space to make them all up. So each week I'll see what's ordered, and then I'll make the bags up all at once, and that way when I go to pack I can just grab it and pack it. Makes things a little bit quicker. And I don't pack on this table anymore because it's too low. I used to sit here and I'd pull this out and pack. So what I've been doing is just packing over here at this table. Most of the time I'm just standing, and this is more like my height. Sometimes I sit, but most of the time I just stand and pack, and it usually goes pretty quickly. I have this like entire counter space. I just like cleaned and wiped everything off. I'll end up like moving this stuff out of the way because I usually end up making a huge mess. But yeah, I just start taking one order at a time, and I just start packing it. And then usually I will print the shipping label at the same time, like after I'm done packing it. But sometimes I'll pack like 5 orders and write the order number on the box, and then I'll print the shipping labels. And then lately I've just been stacking all the boxes on this. I'll have like a mound of boxes because I don't want to like leave the boxes on the floor, so I just stack them on here, and it's been working well. I'll go through all the orders, and I'll see, I usually filter by name to see if someone's ordered more than once. Most of the time I have people ordering a couple different orders, and some people email me, some people don't. Usually I try and check to make sure I don't like miss anyone. I try to combine shipping, so some people are worried about losing out on a plant during a sale, so they'll order one thing and then they'll go back and order a second plant. And so I'll just like refund back the shipping on the second order. But I try to go through after the sale, or at least before I start packing orders, to see who's all ordered twice. That does take a little bit of time though, so I appreciate those that email me because I can quickly like find their orders, and I paper clip them together, and that way I know to combine them. What are you doing? I don't know why you're in your cuddle mood right now. Why are you in your cuddle mood right now? So I'll set the camera up to record me packing some orders. I'm not going to film everything tonight, and then I probably won't film any tomorrow just because tomorrow I'll be in a zone, but maybe I'll just include a little bit of footage and do the outro tomorrow. I'm usually like not dressed. I'm usually packing sometimes, and just like sometimes I pack for a little bit in my PJs and then I shower. Sometimes I feel stressed, so I'm like ready to start packing like right away. So it depends, but I'm gonna try to get myself a little bit put together though in the morning tomorrow. Yeah, you went down. I didn't have like a huge, go on. a huge restock this week, so I don't feel like overwhelmed by the amount that I have to pack. But come tomorrow morning, I'll probably feel a little overwhelmed. I technically ship plants Tuesday as well, but I try to get it all done Monday because I really need Tuesday for YouTube to catch up on editing and filming and then everything else, because usually Sundays and Mondays I don't have any time for YouTube at all. So yeah, let's get our first order and start packing. You're crazy, Chai. I got this new size box, was it a couple weeks ago, and I think I'm gonna get maybe 1 more inch. It's a 12.94, so I think I'm gonna do 12.10.4. I got it for just like 1 bag of pon or soil, like my aeroid mix, and they don't order anything else. It's like a good flat size. So it's a little snug, the width wise with the 9 inches. So when these are out, I'll do a 12.10.4. It's crazy, like all the different little box sizes you need, because like 1 inch can make like a big difference. And so this is what it looks like once it's all taped up. So it's a good little size. Sometimes I add my tissue paper when I have soil mixes, but sometimes, like bags like this, it just gets all crinkled, so I don't usually add it. And then I heat seal the top of my bags once I close it up. So when you go to like open it, it stops right here above the seal. So it's not going to come spilling out. So I don't have to put tape or anything here because I use a heat sealer to seal it. So it fits, it just squishes it a little bit here at the side. So I think a 10 inch will work better. So that is all this person ordered, was the 5 pound. I'm always like triple checking orders. I don't know if I recognize this person's name. I don't know if they've ordered before. So what also goes in here is a little sticker bag here. And then one of my shop cards. And I'll usually paper clip their order to it, like so. And then I just write down their order number on the box. This is number 570. It's crazy to think that I've had 570 orders. I think we're at almost 600 now. So that usually just goes anywhere in here. And then lately I've been adding polyfill along with extra paper to help keep it nice and snug, but I'm almost out of polyfill. My new box isn't coming until Tuesday, so I have to be very sparse with the polyfill this round. So I'm just gonna use extra tissue paper, and then that's it for that one. I use a lot of tape because I don't want the box to come open. So I have the order number on here, and so usually the box size is on the bottom because I need this to print the shipping label, and then I just need to weigh it. And these are the stickers I use on the outside of the box. I have fragile stickers, plant stickers. I put my shop logo, and then this one says happy mail is here, like that. So I put these on the outside of the box. except if it's going to California. I stopped putting stickers to California because of the Department of Agriculture has been strict on checking packages. I've gotten a couple packages that got held up before, so I don't want to like draw any attention that there's like live plants in the box. I'll just put a fragile sticker. And then once I print their label, it'll go in this corner here. All right. Oh, it just shut off. We are at 5 pounds and 11 ounces, so I'll write that on here. So it'll calculate it to be 6 pounds. So that, I will probably print these a bit later. I'll probably go ahead and package some up and then print the shipping labels. This one is just my aeroid mix. This person just ordered some nursery pots. So I'm going to include a sample of my aeroid mix in their bag. Sometimes it doesn't always look the prettiest, but it just protects it from breaking. How is that going now? It's very cutesy, it's very mindful, very demure. Another bag of the pon. Next two orders are just a bag of the 3 pound of the pon. All right, so that's what we just boxed up. Those are all the substrates. that are just substrates, and then everything else at least contains a plant. So I'm gonna go ahead and print the shipping labels for all these and get those on the boxes and sent out to the customer, and then we'll start packing some plant orders. So this is Adriana's order. And it doesn't look like they've ordered for me before. And then box dimensions, 12.94. And this weighs 3 pounds and 11 ounces. And I always like triple check the customer's address and everything. I just like triple check. And then I have to like double check which shipping method that they chose, which this person chose ground shipping, because again, this is just, I think this is just pawn. So ground shipping, it should get this there Wednesday. So only a couple days. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy my label. Okay, and then I'm going to add the tracking number so that the customer receives an email that it's been shipped. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up printing the shipping labels for these, and then I'll come back on and do a couple plant orders with you. And I think I'll wrap it up for the night, and then yeah, I'll pop back on tomorrow and kind of check in. Actually, I'm getting very tired. It's 9 o'clock, and I was gonna start packing some plant orders, but, oh, excuse me. Honestly, I think I'll just wait and pack them in the morning and all day tomorrow. I'll get up at 6:30, and then I have until like 3:30 to pack, because I usually like to be at the UPS store by like 3:45, 4 o'clock. The truck goes out at 4:30, or at least I have to have them dropped off by 4:30. And I don't have like too many plants to pack. I can easily get them all done tomorrow. And I feel better at least getting, you know, some of them packed up tonight. So I think I'll do that. I actually think I might just shower, and I might actually work on this vlog a bit, editing it before I go to bed. And then, yeah, I think I'm just gonna get some sleep, because I've been up late the last couple of nights, and I'm like, I think I'm starting to feel it. So yeah, I'll check in though tomorrow with you and kind of finish up the vlog tomorrow. Hello, I was popping on to give you a little bit of an update. It's kind of a mess all throughout the table. I have 6 more orders left to pack, which includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plants. So I'm gonna finish up the last little bit here and call it for the day. I actually woke up feeling fine, but I would say within the last couple of hours, I just started feeling a little under the weather. Like I feel very congested. And I don't normally get sick often. I haven't gotten sick in a while, knock on wood. And I don't think I'm getting sick. I don't know. Maybe I don't know, maybe just something's bothering me, but I feel like my head kind of feels blah. So I've been trying to drink some water. I have one of those like emergency powders. I'm trying to drink one of those, and then I just took some cold medicine just to kind of maybe help relieve some of this congestion. So hopefully it passes. I don't really want to get sick. I was trying to think, we haven't really been anywhere besides our trip to Florida, so hopefully I didn't catch anything while we were there. But yeah, other than that, I'm stacking all the boxes there, and it is 12:45 right now, so yeah, 6 orders, 8 plants. I should definitely have no problem getting all these done by, I like to leave by like 3:30 to head to the UPS store. It's only like a few minutes from here, so it's not that far. So the next 3 orders, I have like the slips here, so I need to cover up all the order information. But I'm packing up this Halo Micans, not Halo, the Micans Aria. It's actually getting ready to push a new leaf here. Right there. We are selling one of these Monstera obliquas. This gorgeous pink princess. This person is going to have a beautiful pink princess. I can tell by those beautiful leaves that's come in already. Look how beautiful. That's the original leaf there. I already shipped up or packed up the other one. We have this beautiful Mandula going out. This philodendron. I always forget the name of this plant, always. Violin, variegated. And then I also have, there's a tray that you can't see. I have two Hoya and a Syngonium to pack up. So I'm gonna pack these 3 next, and I'll probably show you some of this, and yeah, we'll get to finishing up here. The original plan, usually I drop the packages off, then I come back home and completely clean up everything. And then usually I go through inventory and kind of clean up in there. But honestly, I'm not really feeling up to that today. I might just come back and sit and edit this shop vlog because I really need to edit. And I was actually supposed to go to the grocery store because we haven't been to the grocery store since we got back from Florida. We've been trying to eat what's here, and we actually got some takeout last night. But I don't know if I really feel like going to the grocery store now that I kind of feel crummy. I might just go tomorrow when I'm feeling better. I don't know. We'll see. There's like a grocery store right next to the UPS store, so it's like I can easily just drive there tomorrow. It's not that far away. And guess what else I did? This is the first time that I did this. I brought out a TV that was in our bedroom and put it right there. Usually when I pack in silence. And I know that might seem crazy to some people, but I like the quietness and the silence. And sometimes listening to music, sometimes I do, it just gets distracting, and watching YouTube or whatever, sometimes it's just too much and I can't focus on what I'm doing. So I'll put something on and then I'll end up just shutting it off. So I was watching one of Taz's videos, and so I just shut it off. So I think I'll just put that back in the bedroom whenever I finish. Oh, and you know what else I started doing? So I check weather. So let's see, this person's order is going to Colorado. So this is what I do. Alexa, 7-day forecast, Aurora, Colorado.
In Aurora, Colorado for the next 7 days. Monday, 91 degrees Fahrenheit and thunderstorms. Tuesday, 94 degrees and clouds with a chance of showers. Wednesday, 93 degrees and lots of clouds. Thursday, 87 degrees and lots of clouds. Friday, 89 degrees and lots of clouds.
Alexa, stop. It saves me so much time. Because I'll like do that while I'm packing, and she just spits out the 7-day forecast for me, like wherever I'm packing to. I'm pretty much wrapping everybody's plants in insulation, but it's just nice because normally I've been typing it on the computer and it just takes extra time. So while I'm packing, it's telling me the weather. So that's like the best thing ever. I'm so happy I decided to figure that out. So now it's not like an issue checking people's weather because I just, hey Alexa, and she spits it out for me. Also, the cats are mad because I'm not letting them outside. I wonder if that's what it is. My husband put some sulfur around the house to deter snakes, and I wonder if like I'm having some kind of reaction to the sulfur. It smells like sulfur outside. It usually takes like a couple days to dissipate. I don't know if I mentioned that, but so when we were out of town for a couple of days when we were in Florida, our next door neighbors came over to check on our cats. They usually come a couple of times a day. She's the one with 5 cats, and they're so nice. We hang out with them and stuff, like I wouldn't say once a week, maybe like once every couple of weeks. And if they go out of town, I go over and like check on their cats for them. But when she came over here one evening, no, it was the second day we were there, that morning, she sent us a text that there was a snake in here. And good thing it wasn't poisonous. Like we were flipping out because we didn't get the text right away because we were busy with an appointment down there. We got like a couples massage, which we haven't done in so long. And so by the time we got the text after, I think an hour had passed. And I got the text first because I got my phone first, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe there was a snake in this house while we were out of town. So I'm just glad it wasn't poisonous. I think it was some kind of mud snake or something. We do have copperheads here, and water moccasins, which are poisonous. We actually had a copperhead at our neighbor's house on the opposite side of us when we got all that tropical storm, and it was up against the neighbor's house, and their kids found it, so thank goodness they didn't get bit or anything. But a poisonous snake could have easily, I guess, have gotten in here, and we don't know where it came from. We don't know if it came from the patio door, it got in somehow, or the front door. I'm thinking the front door because there's a little crack. Our door was off center when we moved in, and there's like a tiny little spot of space that you can actually see the outside light. So I think it maybe crawled in from there, but our neighbor said it wasn't big. They took a photo of it. I'll put it here. But it is scary to know that what could have been, I guess. So they said that it was kind of beaten up. So our cats, I'm thinking Chai probably got to it and they probably tried to attack it. But good thing it wasn't poisonous. Like I was flipping out. I was freaking out. We got back, I couldn't sleep like that night. I have a towel at our patio door and the front door, just temporarily, but I'm gonna see if there's something that we can get to like maybe block the door. We have weather stripping underneath our front door as well as the patio, but still, I guess maybe there's just some kind of crack. I don't know. It's very scary. We get palmetto bugs in here sometimes, like the cockroaches. They usually come in through our patio door. But yeah, if those big things can get in here, then I guess a snake could easily get in here. So yes, the sulfur, yeah, he gets like the snake away stuff and spreads it around the house. I'm not like scared of snakes, but I don't like them. I'm not scared of them like I am scared of spiders. Like spiders give me the heebie-jeebies, and I can't even like sometimes be in the same room with a spider. But I feel like if I was face to face with a snake, I could we have like one of those snake grabber things. I feel like I could grab it and be fine. But spiders, no, I can't deal with spiders. So I watered all these guys yesterday morning. Oh, I watered some, I guess, Saturday, and I watered some, wait, what's today? Yeah, I watered some Sunday. So, and I've already cleaned all their leaves. I started using wet paper towel now, like dampened paper towel. I used to use just like a plastic wrap, but with how hot it is, this helps, I guess, keep the substrate from drying out too much. I'm actually getting a little hungry. I ate breakfast at I got up I had my alarm set for 6:30, but I got up about 6:45, and I ate breakfast about, I made me a couple eggs about 8 o'clock. And so now I'm getting hungry. I don't really have anything here because there's no food. And then I thought, well, maybe I could just order something to the house real quick, but I don't really want to ruin dinner plans, whatever we decide to do for dinner. So I'm thinking, I have a protein shake in there. I'm thinking I might just drink that just to maybe carry me over. I actually bought a walking pad so that I can start walking a few miles every day. My goal is to lose a little bit of weight that I have gained from just not working out of the house over the last couple years, just being working from home. And then I'm a snacker as well, so I'm trying to be better about not snacking as much. But I'm excited to get the walking pad set up. I do have a treadmill. It's out in the garage, but I don't use it because it's so hot in our garage. It's not like air conditioning or anything. And so in the summertime, it is just miserable in our garage. So we're thinking about just maybe selling it. And we actually do have a gym at our, in our development. We have a gym and a pool, which I don't really use. I don't know. I'm more of an introvert, I guess, and I don't like to be around people, and gyms make me anxious. I just feel like I don't want people staring at me. I know it's just a me thing, so And I don't really care to go on walks in our neighborhood. I don't know. Sometimes I worry like stray dogs coming up or sometimes just like, I don't know, as women, we have to be more careful out there, and I don't know. And it's so hot and humid that even walking outside is uncomfortable. So I'm excited to get this walking pad set up. It apparently folds, and I can just set it down, walk a couple miles, and fold it back up and like store it in a closet or something. And I'm just gonna use it in the house, and I think it's just gonna be so much better for me. I think it'll motivate me to like walk and everything and work out a little bit. I don't know where I left off. My memory card was full, so I had to change it. That is that order. This person's ordered for me before. I have one more freebie left. I'm just gonna go ahead and include it in this person's order. That, and I'm just gonna stuff it with paper. These are the last 3 orders. We have 2 Hoya and the Syngonium Aria. So we'll package these up. And I'm going to drink a protein shake. I can usually do, I would say it depends on how much stuff is ordered, but I would say I can do anywhere between 3 and 5 packages an hour, roughly. It depends. If one order contains, sometimes it's like Tetris because there'll be like a couple plants and then like pots and then soil mix. So I have to like play Tetris in the box, and sometimes I don't make a big enough box and then I have to go get a different size. So some orders take a little bit just to get it all situated in there and packed well. So, but I would say roughly 3 to 5 plants an hour, 3 or 5 packages an hour. It's so quiet today. Normally I hear neighbors. Someone's either mowing or there's construction. Our next door neighbor was getting a pool put in their yard. So there's been construction going on for like the last 5 or 6 weeks. And I don't hear anyone today. It is like so quiet. I could hear like a needle pin drop. I'm trying to shot this because as soon as I sit it down and start packing, I probably won't touch it again. I don't drink a lot of protein shakes, but this one's really good. This one is, I guess, by the brand Orgain, and this one is sweet vanilla bean. It has 16 grams of protein, 250 calories, so it's like a meal, a small meal, a small snack. All done. I started editing some of this vlog last night, and I think I'm at like 25 minutes, and I haven't even gotten to any of the propagation stuff or this packing today. I have a feeling this vlog is probably going to be like an hour and a half long. It's probably going to be a long shop vlog. Because I had to change my memory card, and it was a full memory card, like completely empty, and I've already had to change it. So there's a lot of footage. All right, last 3 orders. See, this one has Pond, Aeroid Mix, Pot, and Ahoya. So that one has, and these 2 are just plants. So this person ordered a big bag of the Pond, a big bag of the Aeroid Mix, and they ordered 4 of these tall nursery pots. They come in a set of 2, so there's this size and this size. So she ordered 4, which is a total of 8 pots. So I'll package it like so. And then they got the cute Hoya, so that's a cute order. I had to let my camera cool down a minute, but I was trying to play Tetris with this box. So I have pond soil in here. I have the pots there, and it's so cute. And I have the plant here. I always worry about the box getting squished, but I don't like to have things up against it, but I think this is good. This is going to be a heavy box. I honestly only have 2 size big boxes. I have a bigger one and then this one. I should probably get a few more like bigger size boxes. I actually probably need to order some more soon because I am getting quite low. And sometimes I do the shake test just to make sure there's not a lot of movement inside the box. Let's see how much she weighs. Oh, right at 16, or no, 16, 10 pounds, 9 pounds and 15.9 ounces, which 16 ounces is a pound. So this is right at 10 pounds. And these next two should be super easy to pack up because they're just a single plant. Right here. It usually becomes chaos by the end of the packing. I get to a point where I just start flipping extra stuff on the floor. I think I heard Amazon come to the porch. I made pretty good time. It's 2:37, so I feel pretty good about that. I was a little worried because I didn't pack any plants yesterday, just the substrates, and so I had a lot of plants to pack today, but yeah, I made pretty good time. So that is all the orders. Yeah, I'm so happy that I am a little bit early. Sometimes I get frantic on Mondays because sometimes I'm cutting it close. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and load the car up, get all these dropped off, come back, clean up this mess, and then yeah, I think I'm just gonna edit. I might end up going to the grocery store, we'll see. We'll see how I feel. I'm feeling a little bit better than what I did like a couple hours ago, so. But yeah, I think I'll end the vlog here, and I was gonna do some alocasia transfers, but I might just, since I already have so much footage, I might just, maybe I'll do a separate video with some alocasia corms and like transferring from stratum. I could do that, or I'll just do them maybe in like a different plant shop vlog, because I feel like I'm always gonna have alocasia corms to transfer out. But yeah, thank you so much for all of your support and from buying from my shop. I have so many repeat customers, and it just makes me happy that you guys are loving the plants, and or at least I hope you're loving everything, and it just means so much to me for all the support and for being able to do this. And I enjoy growing and propagating and packaging and shipping plants. I think that's the thing I like the most, is the satisfaction I get from growing these, because I love growing like all these plants for my own collection. And I'm happy that other people want some of my plants. So thank you again so much, and I can't wait for you guys to get your packages this week. This vlog will hopefully be up. I'm gonna try and edit it and finish it so I can get it up tomorrow. So for those of you that ordered stuff this week, you'll hopefully maybe see this vlog before you get your package. But yeah, I hope you love everything. Let me know if you have any questions about anything or any comments down below, and I'll talk to you again here soon.